everybody? Ben Rogers here, the Raptors Digest, reacting to the Toronto Raptors 116-101 victory against the Charlotte Hornets. Ryker, get those W's flying, get them floating up, because this was a massive win for the Toronto Raptors. 6-game win streak against a team that is neck and neck with us in the standings. Ryker, you got the cool sort of designer background now rocking for this game. How are you feeling about this W right now?
And we're firmly in the East, baby, and because the Nets are slipping, we took that 6th spot. We're not even in the play-ins anymore, basketball. We're not even in the playoffs, play-ins anymore, Ben. And you know why? Because every one of our starters is overperforming. We have Gary Trent Jr. that poured in a crazy game, and then OG had a quiet game. I don't have the box score in front of me, but I think he still had 20 points. Pascal Siakam, again, flirting with the triple-double. This was a good vengeance game. Obviously, LaMelo Ball being selected as KD's replacement, but it was also just a good game because we dominated start to finish, Ben. So big W.
Big W. Ryker Ray's out here saying that you're filming from the bathroom. We moved you out of the bathroom.
No, I was in the bathroom. I switched just slightly outside of the bathroom. That's the bathroom door right there.
Man, we got the professional setup for these pods. You gotta love it. But the Toronto Raptors, Ryker, coming out, playing some all-around basketball. The entire team was rocking, and they came out and crushed the Charlotte Hornets. Ryker, in the same way that you and I usually crush the teams we play against when we're playing some pick-up basketball, and pick-up basketball is back, Ryker. And we've been fortunate enough to partner with Javelin Sports, and you can download the application below because we're hosting a bunch of these events with the Raptors Digest, get some scrims going, but whatever sport you're interested in, whether it be basketball, indoor soccer, volleyball, weightlifting, book your facilities through the Javelin app. You can check them out, whether you're in Markham, Aurora, anywhere, right? In the Ontario area, they're going to be expanding. You can download your local facility or book a local facility with the added perk of $10 off your first purchase. You get gifted a gift card after your first booking through the Javelin Sports app. You can get with your team, Ryker, and we got our first event tomorrow night. Apparently, Race Mode Daily is letting me know that apparently the time might be adjusted based off he knows the guy that runs the gym, but tomorrow night there will be a Raptors Digest event. That news is coming tonight. I'm posting the group chat after this video. But Ryker, obviously Joshy Ice is running the first one, but it's exciting to get our first Raptors Digest Open happening, Ryker.
And you get to play the king of LA Fitness, Josh Goodwin. And the referees in this one were playing or reffing as if this were an LA Fitness pickup game because they didn't blow the whistle at all. It was physical. It was downright dangerous. And it swings 2 perfect segues in a row, Ben. There were injuries, big injuries. And unfortunately for the guy that's probably the most injury prone out there on the court of the two teams, Gordon Hayward. And I laughed at the beginning because he went up to challenge Gary Trent Jr. or he was close by. He was in the vicinity. Gary fell on him. Twisted his leg. I thought they just got tangled up. He stayed down on the court. Very next possession, Gary Trent Jr. had a nice wraparound layup and fell on Gordon Hayward again. He didn't even move, and he fell right on top of him. But then my laughs, they turned to actual genuine concern because he did leave the game, did not come back. Ankle, maybe knee. I didn't get the updated report. But, Ben, tough break for Gordon Hayward, who has been out with injuries. Majority of his career, it felt like. But, Ben, the Raptors, they bullied in the first half. You got the box sheet in front of you, but there was steals, there was fast break, dunks. There was basically everything you could possibly want. Break down the box score for us because the guys, the starters, I said at the beginning, they played out of their minds again tonight.
Well, Ryker, the stat sheet was stuffed. It was stuffed, Ryker, and we got people shouting out all their areas around Ontario. Shout out Markham, shout out York regions. We're going around all of Ontario. I don't know the geography. You know it better than me, but we're in Markham and I don't Brampton. I'm not sure the areas.
If anybody's in Peterborough, that's apparently the closest one to Kingston. So when I get in that the scrim, the pickup through Javelin app, then if you guys can drive out to Peterborough
next week, download it, check out the website. But Ryker, we gotta dive into this box score, and as said, it was stuffed. And the first guy that we got to talk about, Spicy P himself, channel members, get the Spicy P Peppers going down there in the chat, because he got 24 points, 11 rebounds, 8 assists, a block. He was shaking and baking. He came out motivated because LaMelo Ball, he ended up getting the All-Star nod ahead of him. It makes sense. I get the frustration because Pascal Siakam, even though LaMelo Ball has the potential, has the flash and all that sort of stuff, he's the better player right now. He's having the better season, but he did miss the first part of this year. Fred VanVleet probably split some votes with Pascal Siakam, and the Hornets have been good, so I get why they want an all-star representative from them, but Spicy P came out and took that personally tonight. You said it, he was flirting with the triple-double, scoring in the paint, bullying his way in the post. What'd you see from Spicy P in there tonight?
It's exactly it, Ben. Flashier player is LaMelo, the better player is Siakam. I guess they don't want to see the spin moves in the All-Star game. But as memed as it is, his spin move led the Raptors to a very commanding first half lead in this one, because there wasn't anybody that was safe from the washing machine cycle or the dryer cycle. I got to drop the mic here to spin. But then they were all getting spun around in that low post, especially Kelly Oubre, who had good hands tonight, but they were dominating him down in the low block, Ben. And Pascal Siakam, again, very strong first half. 17 points in the first half. He cooled down in the second half. Atrocious third by the Raptors. I'll say that pretty early because we blew our 9-game third quarter win streak. But first, second, and fourth, it was a wallop, Ben. And Siakam did it.
That's all you need. That's all you need. 3 of the 4. Someone's saying, what's the name? Payman is saying that why does Ryker look like he's in a PS2 game character select screen?
I said it looks like I'm about to read a scary ghost story. That's what I thought it looked like. The lighting is bad. It was this or the bathroom, guys. This would make more sense in the bathroom, but I guess not.
Man, but the Toronto Raptors, they're killing it. And Spicy P got the player of the week in the Eastern Conference. So shout out to Pascal Siakam. I believe that's the 4th time he's received it. But he wasn't the only guy that balled out in this one. And Ryker, we got the new Starboy animation, because Starboy himself, Gary Trent Jr., has been killing it, is on a tear lately, whether it be clutch scoring, whether there be 30-point games. Unfortunately, not a 30-point game for Gary Trent tonight. You know you're balling out when we're saying it's a tough game when you're not dropping 30, but 24 points, 2 steals, 2 assists, 3 rebounds. I'm looking far over the box sheet here. 4 of 9 from the 3-point line, 8 of 16 from the field. The Lakers are calling about Gary offering up Dwight Howard and Kendrick and
Hang up.
Block the number, because Gary Trent Jr. he's become elite. He is just taking his game to the absolute next level. His dad came out in an interview and essentially broke down how he feels so much more free and happy playing basketball at the Toronto Raptors, and he's looking like a guy that is looking like a future star, a star boy for the Toronto Raptors.
He's looking like a guy. Were you surprised to hear his dad make the comment that he was sad and depressed in Portland? Like, that's very extreme to say about an organization, but
especially
I never watched.
They were kind of good, like Portland. They were in the playoffs and stuff.
Yeah, and he was only a rookie and second-year player, and he had decent minutes off the bench, but I guess higher aspirations. We've heard that phrase used before, but Gary Trent Jr., he's deserving of all the praise. He was wet from 3 again tonight, Ben. You could say he was milky if that animation is loaded up. I don't know. But he was playing great. Everybody was playing great. Yeah. I thought that, interestingly...
the milk is back.
Interestingly, Ben, Hornets, 28th ranked defense in the NBA. Third to last team D in the NBA. The Raptors, I think they're 9th or 10th. However, the team defense of the Charlotte Hornets really picked up in the third. And I thought that they were clamping a lot of our guys. They were doing really good switch defense on the perimeter. And then, the Raptors, they've been burned by zones in the past. It seems like they could have, I made the comment, just search up YouTube, how to break a 3-2 zone. Well, they must have gone and done that, Ben, because they were passing the ball around. It was getting fed into the high post, and then possessions were being created. It was good basketball.
Nick Nurse got to be Googling how to break zones in these games. But yeah, I thought Miles Bridges did a really good job, specifically just on-ball defense, switching, using that athleticism, using that size. But the Hornets, I'm surprised that you said that they got the 28th. They had the 28th defensive record in the league.
28th ranked defense, third worst.
Yeah, because they have some long, wiry, athletic guys. I guess Gordon Hayward's a bit slow, and Terry Rozier and LaMelo, smallerish backcourt, but both those guys are athletic. Terry Rozier had a nasty jam in this one as well, so it's that's pretty interesting. The Toronto Raptors, big W to say the least. The Hornets were definitely, they wanted this win, even though they, as you said, with the exception of the third quarter, they were kind of slapped the whole way. They were trying, they were hustling in this game, but the Raptors were able to pull it out. But Ryker, there's so many guys we got to talk about, especially in the starting unit. And OG Anunoby, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 3 steals. Obviously clamping people up left, right, and center. But down the stretch of this game, OG Anunoby really was heroic for this squad.
Making great plays, great passes, hitting threes. I thought he had a quiet 20-point game tonight, Ben, which is... I mean, if anybody is watching this has ever poured in 20 in a game, you feel like you've scored a lot. Like usually 20 points is pretty good, but this was a very quiet 20 points for OG, and that'll just show you the strength of our starting lineup. But down the stretch, like you said, he was making high IQ basketball plays, and that's what we like to see from him.
Yep, no, without a doubt. And Ryker, our all-star,
the
Freddie
all-star,
VanVleet continues to be on fire for this team. 6 of 11 from the 3-point line, 20 points, 5 assists, 5 rebounds. Outplaying LaMelo Ball. I saw a lot of Hornets fans frustrated when Fred VanVleet initially made the All-Star team over LaMelo. I don't have LaMelo stats. I didn't give them a peep, but yeah.
Does LaMelo now go from not making the All-Star in the initial selection to being the starter in place of Kevin Durant?
No, I don't think so. I think Jason Tatum got put as the starter. I think Woj came out and said that. But LaMelo Ball, he is being paid. Imagine Bias will be purposely trying not to get picked at the last selection so they can start. But he's in there, right? He did have like an okay game, 15 points, got the 9 assists. LaMelo Ball is a phenomenal passer, but Fred VanVleet, I thought with the 3-point shots raining, right? Got the best of the LaMelo, got the best of the Hornets haters of Fred VanVleet.
Oh, absolutely, Ben. And what were you saying before we start this podcast? You were catching some of the Charlotte commentators, and they just seemed deflated every time
That's
a three.
That's a segment.
Okay.
I'm spoiling one of the segments I got.
Well, Ben,
here.
Let's swing into the segments because
we got an award to give out before the traditional.
Okay, part of the segments.
We're getting the drum roll going. I know you don't have your usual drum that you hit, but tonight the Scottie Barnes Award. Going to none other than Scottie B. Scottie Barnes himself, 15 points in this game, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, a steal, only took 9 shots, 6 of 7 from the free throw line. Scottie Barnes has just been solid for this team. He's found his role, he's found his niche. Obviously the shots, they've been dialed back a little bit from where they were at the start of the season now that everyone's back healthy, but he's proving that he can fulfill this role, play solid defense. I'd like to see the facilitation, right, the offense run through him a little bit more. Fred VanVleet sort of brought up at the start of the season that he was running more of a Marc Gasol role. I feel like that's sort of been dialed back a little bit at this point, but Scottie Barnes has still been killing it, still been playing his role to the best of his ability. Knocked down a 3. What did you see of Scottie Barnes tonight in this one?
And one. Why else did he get this award? Tell me what the team stats were for free throws tonight.
Well, Ryker, 6 of 7.
Am I asking too?
6 of 7. For Scottie Barnes. The team stats?
No, the team stats, if you can find
19 of 29.
Yeah, so atrocious free throw shooting in this one. Scottie Barnes, fantastic from the free throw line. So that's another reason he got the award. And then also, early in the first, he was taking it to Plumlee down in the low block, which is, if he's shooting over the biggest guy, I thought the Raptors might have their hands full because Plumlee's a bit of a menace on the offensive board. So they really neutralized them. And then all those threes you mentioned, those really made him unplayable in this one. So Scottie was good. All the starters were good. Segments. Let's do it up. And tonight, the spicy play of the day. People are calling the Scottie Barnes Award rigged. What are you guys talking about? No, it's not.
Mr. Baroque Graham. Right? The criteria is fluid. The
criteria was free throw shooting, sir. Free throw shooting.
Tonight it's free throw shooting. But the spicy play of the day. That criteria is just always sound, always solid. The spiciest play of the day. Ryker, do you see any plays in this one that really spiced your tongue?
Yeah,
are you gonna need some milk? Are you gonna need some milk for a spicy tongue?
No. This is not me waving. This is me waving off, Ben. You get 3 picks. All right, you take your pick. Option 1, Chris Boucher, steal, fast break, 2-handed jam. All right, that's option 1. Option 2, Gary Trent Jr., steal, fast break, 1-hand jam. Option 3, Pascal Siakam, steal, 2-handed jam. Whichever one you want, all sweet, all emphatic, all spicy piles, in my opinion.
I think it's got to go to Gary's because he kind of caught the ball in between his legs. Was kind of floating it around a bit. He was hanging on the rim. The ball fell between his legs. He was talking to the ref as he was holding it there. Looked like sort of a trick dunk play. I don't know what to call it, but that's a star boy. Our star boy balling out, showing out. Gotta rep that animation. I've been forgetting about it occasionally, but people are liking the spicy milk stuff. But obviously, not all plays can be the spicy play of the day, and some just make you say, "Oh, jeez." The laser eyes are going. Chat, get the laser eyes going. You channel members getting the gifts out there going. Rocking them out. I got the hoodie, or the whatever you call this, a pullover rocking. But Ryker, tonight, the OGs. I was listening to the Hornets broadcast in this one, and they're a great listen. They're definitely, obviously the Raptors have very Homer-esque broadcasters, which we like, obviously, being Raptors fans, and I get why the Hornets would like that. But listen to them. They're very entertaining. And tonight, every time Fred VanVleet was raining down some threes, Gary Trent Jr., their broadcaster, I don't know the names of them, but they were just shell-shocked. It sounded like it was they were Blake Griffin Mozgov every single possession. They were yelling, "This is the best I've ever seen Gary Trent Jr. shoot. Fred VanVleet, he's turned into an all-star. Pascal Siakam, he's putting the work in the gym, and we don't know what to do." It was an experience listening to that broadcast.
This is the same broadcast team that has the iconic everything, like with Terry Rozier. "Oh, Terry, don't do it to him!" And it's like a layup. It's like a layup where he hits a free throw. Terry hits the free throw. Ice in his veins. I love the broadcast booth. That's a good one. The other OGs, I said at the beginning, Gary Trent Jr., he fell. I can't say without laughing. It's serious. He got injured, but he fell on poor Gordon Hayward twice before Gordon Hayward even had the chance to get up. He fell on him.
Well, Gary was there straight up just yelling at the ref, "Yo, stop the game. This guy's on the ground." We ended up scoring off it. Gordon Hayward. Now, Gordon Hayward came down and looked like he Hulk Hogan'd leg dropped on top of Gary Trent Jr.'s head. So I was like, oh, okay. And then we realized he was hurt. And Gary's kind of looking at him, trying to help him up, realize he's injured, but then sees the Hornets go back down the next possession. And then, we get our stop because it's 5-on-4. Gary comes back down again, gets that scoop layup you referred to earlier, lands on top of Hayward again, and then yells at the referee, "Bro, this guy is injured." But that's our Gary, helping out the injured players on the other team. But Ryker, you don't have the Golden Kazoo with you, I assume. But we got one. We got the animation back. Tonight, the Paul Pierce Golden Kazoo, the infamous, it's become an infamous Golden Kazoo award of the year. What did you see from this game? Because the bench, we didn't talk about the bench. Chris Boucher came off the bench, played well. Precious Achiuwa, the propaganda's always rocking. Delano Banton never has a solid box score, but from what I saw, didn't look too horrible. Missed a couple free throws. Any Raptors that could potentially get it, or we giving it to something else?
Nobody from the eye test, then. Probably the third quarter, just a bit of a breakdown there. The defense let up a bit. The scoring wasn't as much there, but it kind of gets neutralized because they turned the game around, didn't let them distract themselves. They blew a 20-point lead, went down to 5, and then they put the foot back on the gas, get up to 15, whatever the margin was at the end of the game. So the Raptors of old, once they get in their heads that they're letting the lead slip, they'd let that just defeat themselves. But in this, they stayed determined, went for it. You got to like to see that.
Yep, for sure. And Josh, Bill Primo passed a Pascal All-Star, question mark?
People didn't get my Naruto reference the last time, but he's our shadow All-Star. He's quietly the best player on our team. He's loudly the best player on our team, but quietly the best player from the rest of the media's perspective.
Yeah, no, for sure. And we got some spam coming in here. Is Marcel in here? Is the mod out here rocking out? But got to get that rocking out. But Ryker, I think it's time to get a little bit off the walls, like the walls behind you, and sound off that final alarm.
Do it.
Woo, 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 woo.
Beep, 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 beep.
That's right. The final alarm has sounded. The final alarm sounded. And as is tradition, get a little like spike on. We got 400 people in here. Let's get that like number up. Get us to. We're only at 60. We can get that to 100 easy. And Oliver is calling it out. We forgot to plug it earlier because we're plugging the Javelin stuff. That's the big thing. Definitely check out the website. Click the link. Download the application. Helps us out big time. And it's completely free, and you'll love the application. It's super easy to do. But we're doing a giveaway for this hoodie right here, Ryker. That's a star boy. This hoodie right here, and you have one last chance to subscribe right now. The code is about to run. I'll give it 30 seconds. I'll give you all 30 seconds to get your subscriptions in. If you're not subscribed, if you want that hoodie, we're doing our giveaway. It was not claimed by Khalil. It was not claimed by the fake Ray. We got the real Ray in the chat right now, right? So we gotta be able to give it away. So make sure you're subscribed. I got the test code there. I don't want someone to feel bad because I test the code before we were rocking this. I'll get this on the screen here now. That's Google. Ryker, what are you feeling for this giveaway? How are you feeling about this?
I think it's going to go to somebody in lobby this time, Ben. At maximum 5. Actually, I don't think it's going to be claimed this time either. I'm thinking 5th time. That, to me, 5 seemed lucky. It just jumped out of my head. So we'll see. Luck to everyone that's in the chat right now. Hope it's one of you guys.
Alrighty, folks. Get the good luck. Download the Javelin app. That's a big thing. It gets you the luck. But if you're subscribed, it's the only chance you got to actually get in. But, folks, it's time. The drum roll is rocking. It's loading up. The drum roll is going. The code is going there. Steven needs the hoodie. We got the Jake LaMette Johnson gifts in there. Rocking out in the chat. Hot takes. Siakam better than PG. Got that stuff. How do we enter? You just need to be subscribed, Aaron. You just need to be subscribed. Register where? You just need to be subscribed. Genfro saying respect. Ooh! It's good luck. It's here, folks. It's here. If you have your channel ID memorized, you can celebrate. I apologize, Jennifer. I'm going to get the channel that rocking here soon. Okay. I'm plugging it in, folks. And Miguel, Adrian, Nagtalon, if you are in the chat.
Miguel Adrian Nagtalon.
If you are in the chat, let's see if he has it. I don't even think he has a profile picture.
There's definitely being a Miguel that is a pretty common name in the chat.
Miguel Adrian, I don't know.
What color is his logo?
Is it? Oh, okay.
We don't want any fake Miguels.
He's got a Canadian flag in his chair. So Miguel,
right.
if you're in here, will it be claimed? Let us know, Miguel. Congrats to Miguel.
Good luck to Miguel and all the Miguel imposters who will try their best to convince us that they are Miguel.
This one's a tougher photo to copy. This one's not a Leafs picture. We had a Leaf picture the other day. Paul Blunt wins. We might have to segment this down to people that download the app or something. That might have to be if it's after 5, might be what.
Yeah, 5 is the number. But listen, the way that Ben has coded this, it just scrapes all 22,000 subs, spits out a random one. There's no preference given unless you're subscribed. We thought it was getting a little bit too complicated with the other measures that we put in. So right now you have an equal chance. If it goes unclaimed, tune in next video and you might get it the next time around. Ben, is there any comments besides fake Miguel's popping up? I don't have the chat loaded.
Jimmy McBuckets plus Jakob from Muhammad Harris.
Did I hear you say on the other podcast that you made your preference of the 5 centers listed would be Jakob Bertel?
Preference. He's by far my favorite.
You're insane to say that.
Who's better? Who is better?
Who are the other centers?
Robert Williams. Who's better?
Robert Williams, better defender and more athletic, and could actually probably play more athletic, fourth quarters.
Vertically, not mobility, not defensive.
Definitely mobility.
Prowess. No, he's big and thick. He's just a strong center. He's only 6'8". He's not even a 7-footer, Ryker. We want the mobile
bigs. If we're going just by the 7-footer criteria, then we can just eliminate Williams from the conversation. Next,
Yusuf Nurkic.
Better scorer,
Yes.
more veteran,
Maybe.
and a good defender. We've argued this a ton of times.
Trash mobility, gets bullied in the pick and roll, right? You come around it, he's going to be playing drop defense. We're going to get Jonas Valanciunas just maxed out there. He's a great rim protector, defensive rebounder, all that sort of stuff. So I think he'd be fine. But Jakob Poeltl comparison, he's not going to be able to guard the pick and roll like Yak.
Jakob Poeltl is not a mobile defending big that you can play in fourth quarters, and he can't shoot the three, which Nurkic could stretch the floor, Ben.
I don't think so. I don't remember Nurkic's stats from the three-point line off the top of my head, but
I think he can shoot. Maybe not amazing, but Ben, I think same argument for Nurkic and Miles Turner would be just the injuries, because obviously both are pretty injury prone. Or Turner currently has an injury. Who's the fifth guy though? I don't remember.
And Robert Williams, Nurkic, Miles Turner, Nick Claxton, I think.
Claxton, that was the last guy. He'd be cool, but he's project. So, anyways,
no, for sure. People are saying we're all Miguel. they're all rocking that there. Over Turner, yeah, I want Jakob Poeltl over Turner. Turner's the most overrated center in the league.
No, if we had Turner, we would immediately chip if he was able to come back to play. Which I've heard that he's going to come back in February. What?
We're chipping anyways. Right here.
We might, but we would get 2 championships with Turner.
2 championships in 1 season. But you guys got to look at it this way. Which one of these guys won't get butthurt if they don't start? I feel like Jakob, only humble guy. That's fair. Yeah, that's the thing about Turner, too. He wants a bigger role than he had with Indiana.
That's a good point.
I don't think he's going to get the juice for us.
I would kind of want any big to come off the bench. Is that a hot take?
You want any big that will come off the bench?
I want any big that we would trade for to come off the bench.
Yeah. Unless it's Sabonis or something. Sabonis is an all-star. He's not coming off the bench.
Well, we would have to trade probably a starter if we're going for Sabonis.
That's true. You're correct. Very, very correct. we got a bunch of real Miguels out here in the chat, but Turner's injured. That's facts. The Monty Python. But Ray wants us to just send her the sweater. It's apparently, the real Ray. She's the real Ray. So is Ryker in a truck cab? That's for Paul Blunt.
In a truck cab? No, I'm in a hotel room in Banff.
Man, that's
actually more of a condo. So shout out to that. That's great days on the slopes, Ben.
You got the good setup in there. But
thank you.
Goran for Embiid. Honestly, if the Sixers are going to ask for OG Anunoby and Pascal Siakam at this point, we may as well counter with Goran for Embiid.
Yeah, give them a taste of their own medicine and ludicrous trade offers.
Give them a taste. Let's see how they like it. Nick's saying, Ben, what are you cooking up these days? Always got something new cooking up. Ooh, we got some wild stuff. Courtside Digest has been cooking up a little bit recently. We got that sort of ironed out, that pushed out, especially for the trade deadline. So that's some big stuff there. We also got some Raptors Digest stuff popping out. Gonna go to the Leafs as well. A lot of stuff happening at the Digest brand. Some channels we're pushing to the moon. But Paul, or a Japanese village restaurant? Are you in a Japanese village restaurant, Ryker?
No, if you could see the wallpaper closer, it's actually a floral arrangement with billy goats and caribous. So very Canadian, very mountain vibe. Not at all Raptors related though, unfortunately, Ben.
It kind of has a reddish tint to it, at least from looks it on the screen, the drawing.
Yeah, it's like burgundy or something.
But Phoenix Plays is saying there's no ring without a tier 1 shot creator, a good big man rotation, and rotational depth. Well, Gary Trent Jr., tier 1 shot creator. Good big man rotation. Pascal,
Birch,
Boucher,
Chua,
Precious Propaganda,
Scottie B.
Rising Star, Precious Propaganda, I may add, made the
Rising Star Scottie B.
Scottie B. Right, he can play up there. No Anunoby. That's easy chip. Don't be hating on the Star Boy, saying that he's not a tier 1 guy. He's a 30-point per game scorer. The Lakers are going to offer Anthony Davis for him, and we're going to say no. But what would a trade package for Yusuf Nurkic look like, Ryker? Because they want some trash in return. When you look back at that Norman Powell trade, maybe we just trade Dragic straight up for Nurk.
Dragic in a second, baby. Let's do it.
Man, get that going. But Turner, Poeltl, this chat is moving fast. We got lots of stuff. Trade for Ryker. Instant chip. Riker, you ball out there?
Oh, I'll ball. Don't worry about it.
You ball out there. Pull up for the Raptors. We could have gotten Bismack for free. Fatty. I'm not sure how to pronounce the first name, but I completely agree. Big L for the Toronto Raptors, not picking up big business. But who are we missing to be considered contenders? You were saying early on that you weren't sure if we'd be able to catch the 4th seed right now. What would be that piece that we need to add to get to that spot?
No, I was saying right ahead of us now is Cleveland, which is 10 games above 500. They're going to have to start losing for us to catch up, which I think will happen because I think they're playing better than what they are. Then ahead of us is Miami, Milwaukee, Philly. I think all those teams are going to keep winning. The team I could see slipping, Chicago. That's the team we're going to have to outperform now over the final 20 or 30 games of basketball this season.
Especially with all the injuries happening and stuff. It looks like my audio has gotten quieter as this podcast has gone along. I don't know what's going on there.
We can start to wrap it up anyways. I got friendships to attend to here on this vacation, and we got more basketball content to break down. I don't know if the Raptors have a back-to-back.
We got some games tomorrow, but the chat is popping right now. The people are calling for a like spike, Riker. We're getting all that stuff going. I'm inching closer to the microphone. People are calling for DJ Wilson. Would love Boogie. Taco Fall for Yuta Watanabe. I think Taco Fall is an available free agent. That's stuff happening there. But Goran needs to be moved. This is for sure happening. And the Raptors are the 5th easiest schedule in the league. All I'm saying is that the Toronto Raptors, top 4 seed. I've been saying it from the jump. We're catching the Cavs. We're catching the Bulls. We're catching the Sixers. We're catching them all. We already passed the Nets. We passed these scrubs. So it's easy. Easy to ball out. Paul Blunt. Riker has friends. Riker's out here snowboarding, balling out. He's left the screen.
I didn't like that comment, Ben. I have friends. Come on. I have at least 2. So, joke's on you. Oh,
myself and Joshy Ice.
Yes, the whole Raptors Digest team. But Ben, it has been good basketball. I feel like we're the number 1 team in the East right now. Maybe we're not at Phoenix's level, but we had a really strong game against Phoenix that we probably should have won down the stretch. We figured out that Gary can be the guy to close games for us. I won't even be upset if we don't make a trade. I would prefer if we made a trade, but for me, the only guys I would be comfortable to trade is our deep bench that we've been not playing. And so I don't know what kind of appetite there is for that around the league unless people see potential. We'll see how it plays out. I won't be disappointed if we don't trade though.
Yeah, I wouldn't be completely cheesed, but if we have to buy out Goran Dragic, that would kind of be an L. I feel like we need that sort of shot creator off the bench in that 2 or 3 position, even a backup point guard to really round out this roster, allow us to give the starters a little bit of a breather. One guy I'm interested in as the Raptors YouTube GM, getting a Josh Hart, who apparently is on the block for the New Orleans Pelicans. He's been killing it this season. Record.
That'd be interesting. Kind of a Norman Powell-esque guy, really.
Yeah,
I see a lot of similarities in their game. Yeah, athletic, 3-point shooters, very similar. Not like huge shot creators or anything, but guys you could throw out there. Serviceable shooting guards.
Yeah, especially in like a playoff game. He's become sort of a veteran at this point. I think it'd be a cool guy to sort of pick up, to go after and all that. But Riker, lots of stuff. We're going to be breaking down all of the trade news. I saw someone say that apparently Michael Grange came out and said we're interested in Bogdan Bogdanovic. So that'll probably be a video.
Who would we trade for that?
That comes out to there.
Who would we trade for that?
Probably Dragic. Get the contract off of the Hawks books. I feel like a lot of these would have to be salary.
He's like one of their good players, though. He's like one of their starters.
Potentially, that's we'll see what ends up happening. So
get that contract off. He's a starter for the Hawks that are trying to get back in the playoff picture. We trade him Dragic.
L for the Hawks. They gotta give Herder some more minutes. That's what I'm saying. But you love to see it. And Zane is asking, tell me where you got that Raptors beanie. It's been in the background for these vids. My hair, I got the shower hair going. A little pickup game and stuff. It's got stuff all over it. My family out in Winnipeg, Manitoba, gave it to me for Christmas. I think it looks pretty
Nice.
fun. The old Raptors beanies, but it's W. Ryan saying don't trust Michael Grange, but that is what it is.
Don't trust that man.
But folks, you guys are the best for making this far. We got 426 people in here. Get a little final like spike for the podcast, for the honor. And as we've said, tomorrow night we have our first Javelin Sports pickup game in Markham, I believe. So the time will be decided in the group chat. Race Mode Daily's telling me that I didn't get any emails. I didn't get any things happening from the gym, but apparently the people at the gym, not at Javelin, but at the gym, are cheesing a little bit. So I gotta call them in. I got it booked in, so they might have double booked or something like that. But definitely, if you guys want in on that game, get into the big group chat. I think we're having another one on Friday as well. That's going to get confirmed in the next couple of days. So if you can't make it tomorrow, come out to that one. You got to get out to these Javelin Sports live open sessions, right? And you can book whatever you want. You get some free gym time and all that there. If you're in the chat, throw in a like Javelin, all that sort of stuff. But folks, you can check out the website. I'm also giving Ryker some time to find some last words. I don't know if he's searching. You got him ready to go. Okay. Well, folks, enough of me rambling. You guys are the best for making this far. Check out the Instagram. The TikTok has been popping, especially over trade season. Putting out some YouTube shorts, all that cool stuff. But download the application. Check out the website. Just click on the link. It's in the description and in the post. We're 420 people in here. If we get half of you guys to click on the link, it helps us out big time, and it'll help you out big time. But folks, Ryker, do you have any last words on the Toronto Raptors 6-game win streak? Well, that feels good to say.
On the 6-game win streak, what is rational is actual, and what is actual is rational, Ben. Good night and cheers.